Isang malaking hakbang paurong na nakamamatay. Ito ang nangyari noong in-announce ng Make It Makati na tatanggalin na nila ang mga protected bike lanes sa Ayala Avenue at papalitan ng shallow lanes kung saan iahalo ang mga cyclist and active transport users sa mga motorista. Let's talk about how protected bike lanes affect cyclists and let's hear from bikers about their thoughts on this news. This is Lester Baviera and you are listening to Tambike Session, an Anima podcast. Ayala Avenue's protected bike lanes are considered as the gold standard and something that should be replicated by other cities. Sabi nga nila, it's one of the only hopes of the Philippines to have better roads, especially for active transport. And now, I guess, tatanggalin ng Make It Makati ang pag-asa na yon. Kasama ko ngayon ang dalawang siklista, si Celine Malyari at Poncho Rolyoda para pag-usapan tong issue na to. Hi Celine and Ponch, welcome to Tambike Session.
Hi.
Hello,
Thanks for having me.
salamat for joining me in this important conversation. So yung una kong tanong, I'm pretty sure alam nyo na yung balita na tatanggalin ng Ayala yung mga bike lanes nila. How did you know about the announcement and what were your reactions?
Well, I guess I heard about it online first because everyone started sending it. Syempre, because I'm from Makati, I pass there all the time. It was very frustrating to see. And honestly, I know it's been happening already. Like ever since, the pandemic started easing, people have been taking out, bike lanes left and right. But I don't know, for some reason this time it felt a lot more disheartening because it's one of the best bike lanes and it's one of the only bike lanes in Makati mismo.
Yes, that's
we
true.
were so thankful na up until recently they kept an entire lane, like an entire car lane open for bike commuters, for PMDs, but slowly over the past months, you could see them slowly trying to narrow the bike lane or, remove bollards. And I think even on weekdays, sometimes in some sections, they remove the bollards completely. So ayun, it kind of feels like it was the last holdout of, the hope for better bike lanes, for better, for safer bike paths around Manila. So, yeah.
And I guess it's more frustrating for you because you're a Makatizen.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's so odd to me. Like I've been having this conversation with people ever since the announcement. Na parang it really makes you put things into perspective. Na Makati, despite it being, the business capital, one of the richest cities, if not the richest city, it has like one protected bike lane. Like that's crazy.
Thank you, Celine. Ikaw naman, Pons. You're from Quezon City. And how did you react with this news?
Frustrated. And I knew this news from the IG post of members of OYA Cycling Club or OICC. Shout out sa OICC. And mga IG pages ng mga cyclists like sa inyo, kay Everyday Cyclist, Manila Commuter. Yun. And syempre, what my reaction, syempre sad ako. Frustrated ako. Well, yung Ayala bike lane, while it's not perfect, maganda na siya compared to other bike lanes.
Yeah.
That we have in any other city. And even though the bike lanes aren't perfect, one small step yan to improving our mga bike lanes, mga ganun, for cycling as a hobby, as a way of commuting. Tapos yung tatanggalin nila, so like, taking a step back, parang, gusto nyo ba ng progress or hindi?
That's true.
Gusto nyo ba ng traffic o hindi? Alam ko, hindi pero bakit parang gusto nyo dumating ulit yung traffic na pre-pandemic? Like, ano ba gusto nyo?
Like they already know, even before, na yung cause of traffic is yung volume of cars. Well, to be fair, di ba, yung ano naman nila, yung press release naman nila is that because of the increasing number of public transport. Pero alam naman natin na hindi yun yung solution to mix public transport with active mobility kasi hindi nila ginalaw yung private car lanes. Kung saan yun naman talaga yung nagkakos ng traffic not just sa Ayala Avenue, but everywhere, yung volume of cars, 'di ba? I don't know kung bakit ayaw nilang gawin yun. Ako naman, nung narinig ko naman yung balita, I was so mad. I was so frustrated and I felt hopeless kasi I was thinking na when people ask me, "Oh, what bike lanes should we copy? What bike lanes should be ideal?" And I always tell them, "Oh, it's the Ayala Avenue bike lanes because it's wide enough, it's protected, no one goes there, proper yung enforcement, and now you have this." It's very, very, I was so mad. I also saw it online. And as someone from Manila, I always prefer going or passing that route kasi alam ko na at least in one place sa buong ruta ng biyahe ko, merong lugar na ligtas ako at maayos yung cycling path. Celine and Ponch, eto, many people are reacting. Yung mga non-cyclists na parang pampaskip lang daw yung protected bike lane. Sana walang harang, sana pintura lang. So, let's try to tell them, para saan ba yung protected bike lanes? Kasi para sa atin, 'di ba, it's really, really important. For you, para saan ba yung protected bike lanes?
Sige, we know naman how it benefits cyclists. And sige, for the non-cyclists, it benefits them, but just in a very indirect way.
Paano?
For
Paano
example,
yan?
if we have more bike lanes, more people would be encouraged to use a bike to get from point A to point B.
Mhm.
It's also proven na ang daming Filipino gusto mag-bike, pero natatakot din sila. So, they don't use a bike. So, magka-car na lang sila. So, if maraming mag-bike, di kayong mga nagda-drive ng car, edi less competition for you sa traffic. Simple
That
as
is
that.
true. Pampasikip lang daw, Ponch.
Pampasikip. Oh my God. Nakita niyo ba yung photo sa EDSA? Yung
Yeah, yeah,
nag-circulate around Facebook? Di ba nila nakikita yan?
yeah. It's really, sabi nila bike lanes daw may kasalanan. Bakit
Bike
traffic?
lanes na. Okay, if bike lanes, edi pre-pandemic na wala pang bike lanes, bakit traffic?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So, we
Isipin din nila, if nag-car kaming cyclist, lalong traffic.
yeah. Parang cycling on the road means one less car, 'di ba?
Yeah,
Galing,
it's
galing.
one less car. And imagine mo, one car, kahit normal sedan car, mga 6 cyclists na yun can occupy that same space. At 6
Yeah.
at the most.
And we
Diba?
have proven naman na, cycling is very feasible in Metro Manila. So, more people will be encouraged kapag, protected yung bike lanes. Kasi for sure, alam mo na protektado ka talaga, na iiwasan ka talaga ng mga tao. Lalo na kung may proper enforcement na hindi mapapasukan ng motor or ng kotse.
Ayun, kung nakabangga ka ng cyclist, yung mga nag-drive ng car, edi magka-issue pa kayo. Edi kung may protected bike lane, edi wala na kayong worry na issue na makakabangga kayo.
Yeah, yeah. For safety talaga yung protected bike lanes. How about you, Celine?
For me, I think the number one thing with protected bike lanes, as you guys mentioned, is the fact that it really encourages more people to get out of cars and to get on bikes. Because, like, even for me, when I started biking, I mean, I started quite recently compared to some. I started 2021 as a full-time bike commuter,
Biker. Yeah.
biking being my main mode of transpo. I was just lucky that I decided to start during the height of like ECQ
Mhm.
because there was really no traffic at all, and if anything, that kind of encouraged me and made me feel safer on the road. But now with like full blown traffic again, like I feel sorry for people that want to get into biking right now
Yes.
just because it's a lot to deal with.
Correct, correct.
So that's one thing, but beyond that, I mean, there's so many studies. The most progressive cities in the world, they're not building for cars anymore, just because like it's just proven to be so bad for everything, for the economy, for the environment, and like cycling helps promote that sense of being aware of your surroundings and also like being more conscious of people around you, of the areas around you. Just like that, like how different countries have projects to take down their skyways, just because building bike paths and pedestrian paths have been shown to like boost the economy of the neighborhoods around them.
Mhm.
That's really just where the trend is going. And unfortunately, I don't think we're anywhere near that
Yes.
yet.
Totoo.
So despite
Sad,
it being
sad.
a very, yeah, as you said, Poncha, the very imperfect bike lane, it's still so much better than having nothing at all. Yeah, and just it's just so important to keep people safe from motorized vehicles, because in any capacity they're just a lot more dangerous than when you're on a bike, when you're on foot. You know,
Mhm.
you just can't. It's always going to be in some capacity like unequal show of power, not show of power, but like, you know, the you're in a metal box
Mhm.
against someone that's just them on two wheels, you know?
Yeah, I'd also like to add that it benefits non-cyclists too, because it gives an extra
Yeah.
protection to pedestrians. Halimbawa, 'di ba? Kasi there's another
Yeah.
layer for them to be protected against this deadly weapons we call cars and,
Yeah.
vehicles. Kasi let's admit it, 'di ba? Yung mga sasakyan, yung mga makinang 'to, they can really kill. And they have proven to
Yeah.
kill so many, individuals, so many people. And ewan ko, ako naniniwala din kasi ako na a paint is not really a bike lane. Well, we appreciate the paint, 'di ba? We appreciate that there's a marking. That's not really something that can protect us. We've
Yeah.
seen many videos, we've heard many news na nababangga pa din yung mga tao dahil nga pintura lang yung naghahati sa kanila dun sa mga motorista.
Exactly.
Yes. Okay. Anyway, we've mentioned that traffic is already terrible and it's very discouraging. Pero sabi ng Make It Makati, dumadami na raw yung public transport. That's why we should share the lane with them. Any thoughts about this?
I
Oh
don't
my
know.
God.
So many feelings. Because we just know that's not what they mean. We know that it's still to serve private vehicles. And
Yeah.
we know this because like look at them on the infrastructure they're giving to, you know, to PUVs and stuff, to bus stops. It's not that much either, and it's still far, you know,
Mhm.
actually serving commuters properly. Any kind of commuter, it's still very, very private car centric.
That
That's
is
why it's so
true.
frustrating that they're using that as an excuse. And also, as you know, as many of the comments social media have pointed out, like it's pitting one commuter against the other. It's like saying, oh, you know, these commuters within cars, within buses, within etc. You know, like because there's more of them now, we don't care as much. It's such a regressive statement to make, you know.
Mhm. Gusto ko yung sinabi mo about pitting against each other kasi bike commuters are also commuters, 'di ba? Parang
Yeah. It's just unequal when you're up against, as we said, as cars, you know, no matter how good of a driver you have or how, you know, if it's really, if it comes down to it, it's just not the same.
mhm,
So you shouldn't be picking one type of commuter over another, or you shouldn't be
yeah,
putting down one type of commuter over another.
yeah. Yung mga cars, they might seem to be big in numbers, but in reality, sobrang konti lang talaga yung naki-carry niya na tao,
Yeah.
'di
They just
ba?
take up so much space.
Yeah, that's why it looks like na sobrang dami
They look a
nila.
lot.
Yeah, but in
Yeah.
reality, hindi naman talaga. Ikaw, Ponch, what's your reaction about Make It Makati statement na we should share with public transport?
Oh my God. Sobrang nainis ako siyempre. First thing na naisip ko ang bobo naman.
Bakit?
Pag, siyempre, pag dumadami yung kotse, road widening, add more lanes. Dumadami yung commuters. Sige, share kayo.
Yan, oo. Yan,
Parang
tama.
it's like you have a jar of cookies. It's full. you cook more cookies. Tapos sasabihin na Make It Makati, okay, a smaller jar for this additional cookies.
Yeah, oo. Tama. Kayo,
Yun.
para sa kanila, more cookies. Ay, more cookies pero para sa mga commuters. Sige, magtiis kayo dyan, share kayo.
Share kayo. Like, yun, more cookies pero smaller jar. Tapos, bahala na kayo kung paano nyo ikasya lahat dyan, ha. Bahala na kayo.
Yeah.
Basta ito lang yung jar
It
nyo.
feels
Ito lang.
very much like that.
Yeah,
Ito lang yung jar
oo.
nyo. Pero pwede namin basagin. For example, a car can just go.
Yeah.
Pwede mabasag, pero that's not our problem. That's what they're saying. Like, here's your jar. We don't give you a bigger one.
And if people are familiar with Ayala Avenue, yung one way ng kalsada nila is divided, I think, into 4 lanes, right? 2 lanes are for private vehicles, 1 lane for public transport, and 1 lane for active transport. And there are segments that we share some segments with public transport like buses, FX, jeepneys, 'di ba tama? But in reality, when you're actually out there, even private cars, pumupunta dun sa area na yon to drop off passengers, to have shortcuts, di ba? Motorcycles are going there too. So, parang naglolokohan na lang tayo dito para
Yeah.
sabihin niyo na na itong 2 lanes na to exclusive for public transport. Kung all throughout this time, pinapasukan din yan ng private cars. And parang it's just so frustrating because talaga ba private cars na naman, ang dami ng espasyo for all of you and then you occupy our space still. Alam mo yun, it's really, really frustrating.
Yeah, and today we kind of got a taste in some segments because they already took out bollards and
Mhm.
certain stretches in Ayala Ave, and we were doing the bike count this morning, and on the way back, syempre rush hour na, we got a taste of their sharrows or
Oh, how was
whatever
it?
shared lanes are gonna look like, and it's so horrible. For the first time, I had to bike in the gutter on Ayala Ave,
Oh,
which I never had to
no.
do before.
Yes.
That's so
It
bad.
was the traffic was just crazy because what ends up happening is that usually they just have a small segment on Ayala Ave by the stops, mga bus stops where there's no bollards for the PUVs to enter and exit.
Mhm.
Well, now what's happening is because there's a wider stretch that they don't have, they just end up lining up.
Mhm.
They're just piled up throughout the entire road, and then so you have half a lane that they're just kind of idling.
Mhm.
Which I mean, that's not better.
Mhm.
Like it's the traffic was just so bad, and I really don't see how this idea of theirs was supposed to fix anything.
Yeah.
Except to serve private vehicles.
Correct. To our listeners, don't get us wrong, hindi namin ayaw yung public transport. It's just that it's so dangerous to be mixed with any
Exactly. Yeah.
motorized vehicles. So kung may proper way of serving, vulnerable people, serving what's more important, 'di ba? Yun yung aim namin, yun yung gusto naming mangyari. Kasi baka ma-misconstrue ng mga tao na ano naman kayo parang napaka-privileged nyo naman, arte-arte nyo naman. Other parts of Makati nga walang bollards, 'di ba? And other parts of Metro Manila too. So, bakit sa Ayala biglang dami yung kuda? So, on that note, 'di ba? So, bakit ba importante na present yung bollard sa Ayala Avenue? And are we being entitled that we're demanding our own space, our own protected space?
Well, kasi nga, to a cyclist, Ayala Avenue na yung okay. That's one. Two, you should start din somewhere.
Mhm.
Like, tapos, syempre, yung Ayala na to, parang okay na yung bike lane compared to others. Yan tatanggalin. So parang, the cycling community, like, we had enough being disrespected on the road.
Mhm.
And something has to change. Kasi, if they can do that sa Ayala, ako, gagawin yan ng ibang cities.
Correct, correct, correct. Kung kaya naman pala nung quote
Oo.
unquote role model city 'Di ba?
Oo.
So, puwede rin natin gawin 'yan.
Oo.
Nakaka-frustrate talaga yung gano'ng thinking na, "Eto na sana yung pag-asa natin. This is our only hope for other cities to replicate." Tapos biglang biglang may gano'n. How about you, Celine?
Yeah, it's definitely not that we're against public, UVs, other forms of transportation. It's just that when you remove a bike lane like that, especially one that, as we've all agreed, it's pretty decent for any measure compared to anywhere else in Manila. When you remove that, you're discouraging a lot more people from active transport, from active mobility. And then what's going to end up happening? They're going to end up taking, you know, cars or grabs or taxis,
Mhm.
It's just going to be a whole slippery slope towards just even more vehicles on the road that are not necessary because there's going to be no nice alternative to commuting. And as I mentioned earlier, it's not better. Like, it's made the traffic so much worse, I think, more
Mhm.
chaotic. Like, I've gotten messages from my coworkers today talking about how bad the traffic is
Correct.
today.
Today, no? Yeah.
Today lang yun,
Yeah, today. So it's like, this is not something that, it's not because there are more forms of public transport on the road. It's because you're messing with infrastructure that actually works and that should be improved on. But instead, what's
Ganda.
happening is that you're taking them away, and now it's just, bumper to bumper traffic,
Mhm.
which was, pre-pandemic. That was what I always thought of Ayala Ave. I in my head, Ayala Ave, once you get on it, you're just stuck. And since then, since they implemented the bike lanes, I haven't had that experience. Like, it's just been so much better, and the fact that I can get through it on a bike easily,
Mhm.
relatively safely, I'm most of the time I'm protected from, speeding cars, from big buses. It just boggles my mind.
Yes, yes, yes. That's true. And alam mo, lagi ko rin sinasabi 'to sa mga tao, eh. They're saying na konti lang naman gumagamit, eh. Well, masama bang protektahan mo kahit isang buhay lang ng tao, 'di ba? Bakit
Yeah.
sinasabi niyo konti lang naman nagba-bike, eh, but it's still a life that's out there, you know? And going back to what Celine have said, before, it was really bumper to bumper sa Ayala, yun yung notion niya. And I think based from our conversation, etong bike lane na 'to sa Ayala, it really gave us hope na, oh, meron palang solution to this traffic. As we move forward, do we still have hope? Lalo na 'di ba, there's a looming thing na tatanggalin nila yung bike lanes. Anyone? Punch?
Hope, well, the hope is, yun nga, please make it Makati, the local government. They'll have a meeting with the core team ng
Yeah.
protesters. Yun. My hope also hinges on what will be discussed. Mamaya, just the pessimist in me. Pero baka naman, they just wanna say magme-meeting sila pero their decision will be they stop the decision. Parang publicity
Mm,
lang na nag-meeting sila.
yeah. Of course,
Sana naman you get something out of it. Na
yeah.
the bike lanes will be back, the PUV will be have its own lane naman. Yung private cars, they have their own. Yun lang naman gusto namin. We're not
Mm.
saying we don't want cars. We're not saying we want cars to be gone. We're just saying that we just want options in traveling.
We just
And
want
as
Exactly.
cyclists,
equity, yes.
yes, as
Yeah.
cyclists, it's our bikes. And some people, PUVs. Yun. Yun lang naman na safe lahat sa road.
Mhm, that's true.
Yeah, we're not saying fuck car users na sana mawala na yung mga kotse. Hindi. I mean, we also see naman why cars are helpful.
Oo.
We're just saying there's too much of it when
Yes,
there's a way to lessen them.
yes. Equity lang
Para
din talaga sa kalsada.
it's like
Yeah.
personally lang, like my non-biker friends, they ask me how will I get there. Bike ako. Ikaw magbabike. May kotse naman eh. Grabe. If I cannot rely on a car, then why not? Sige na, magpa-park pa ako.
Mhm,
Gas
yeah,
money.
yeah.
Yun.
That's true. That's true. Well, ayun, there will be meetings, of course, and dialogues, and hopefully talaga, sana, hopefully, it's something positive for active mobility users. Ikaw, Celine, what's the hope, if there is?
Well, the hope for now is that with everything that's happened since the protest, that everyone realizes that like how many people care about this, how many bikers there are, especially within Makati, and that we're all, we all are very willing to be loud about what we need. Like it's just been so inspiring, honestly. Just over literally the weekend, how organized the community has been in, kind of pushing for communication with Makati, for, a dialogue, and we finally have that. So I'm still hanging on to that hope for the meeting, and I hope they really do listen to everything that we have to say. I mean, syempre, it's not going to be a miracle that they're going to ban cars from Ayala Ave or whatever. But I think it should be a good start to an open dialogue with the community, and hopefully they continue that for future projects then, or that they also come to us for advice for other areas of Makati. And the greater hope is that hopefully other cities will follow,
Correct.
seeing how this has affected everything. And if everything works out well, they'll see that it actually does improve traffic flow. It does improve the livelihood, the daily commutes of everybody coming in and out of Makati.
Tama, tama. Alam mo, Celine and Ponch, yung hope ko talaga, nawala siya when I saw the announcement. Pero bumalik siya when I saw people, cyclists, friends, and even others na nag-express ng support para sa mga siklista, para sa mga active transport users, para sa mga commuters. So, sana talaga we get to bring back the roads to people, to those that matters for the safety of everyone, 'di ba? Hindi lang nating mga siklista, hindi lang ng active transport users, pati ng mga commuters, pati ng mga car drivers, pati ng mga pedestrians. Ayun. Ponch, Celine, maraming salamat for joining me in this very meaningful conversation. And to our listeners, sana kaisa namin kayo sa pinaglalaban namin para sa isang ligtas na kalsada para sa lahat. And yeah, maraming salamat for tuning in, and sana magsama-sama ulit tayo at magkwentuhan ulit sa next episode ng Tambike Session.